Hey, this is Dr. Osborne, founder of Gluten Free Society, and today I want to talk a little bit about zinc and zinc deficiency, the five most common symptoms of zinc deficiency that I have seen in my practice over the past several decades. And why I'm talking about zinc, especially if you have gluten sensitivity, is because zinc is the second most common deficiency that I see in people that have gluten-induced intestinal damage. In essence, if you have been eating gluten and the gluten has damaged your intestine, it can damage the area of your intestine that helps you to absorb zinc. And so zinc deficiency is quite common. Now, you'll see here in this diagram, lowered immunity is one of the big symptoms of, let's just blow it up here, lowered immunity, one of the big symptoms of zinc deficiency. And that has to do with the fact that zinc helps to fuel your immune cells. It also helps to mature your immune cells. As a matter of fact, of all the nutrients we study, zinc has more known functions than any other nutrient except magnesium. And again, one of those is in regulating the maturity or the maturation of your white blood cells. And so zinc deficiency is very highly linked to increased infection. So if you've got a history of gluten sensitivity and you keep coming down with respiratory infections, colds and flus, you get sick when other people don't, you really might want to consider supplementing with zinc or having your doctor run some tests to measure and analyze whether or not you have a zinc deficiency, and then of course supplementing accordingly. And one of the other symptoms, we'll scroll down over here, is hair loss. Hair loss is extremely common with zinc deficiency. One of the functions of zinc is it helps to produce protein. You need zinc to make proteins in your body. That's also part of why zinc deficiency causes immune problems or lowered immunity, because many of your antibodies that you produce to help you fight the environment and colds and flus and bugs, etc., our antibodies are made out of protein. Well, your hair is made out of protein too. And zinc helps to regulate protein balance, and it helps to form proteins. And some of those proteins it helps to form besides antibodies are your hair. So it's very common to see hair loss associated with zinc deficiency. So if your hair is starting to thin, or it's coming out more frequently, or if it's tearing or breaking very easily, that's a sign of zinc deficiency. Now, also look at your fingernails. If you've got little white spots popping out on your fingernails, that can be a sign of zinc deficiency as well. Now, if you have kids and you see these white spots with kids, that's pretty normal to see white spots on the nails with kids because they're constantly growing and they're using tons of zinc to help grow their new proteins and their muscles and their bones and their hair, etc. So it's very common to see those white spots in kids, but once you've reached your growth and you're no longer growing, it's not normal to see those white spots showing up on the nails. So if you're an adult, look at the white spots on the nails. Now, fatigue is another one. Zinc, one of its little known functions is it helps to regulate the maturation of your red blood cells. So what zinc deficiency can do is it can actually create different types of anemia. And so that means your red blood cells are not as effective at carrying oxygen. So when you're oxygen deprived, you're tired all the time. So zinc deficiency, very, very common to see fatigue associated with it. Poor blood sugar control. Zinc is necessary. In other words, it's the centerpiece. It holds insulin together. Now, insulin's the hormone that helps you regulate your blood sugar. So if you don't have zinc, it's very, very hard to make insulin properly. Your body struggles to make insulin properly. And so what happens is your blood sugar can start to elevate. Your insulin levels will actually start to elevate as well. And that's kind of prediabetes, or a sign of prediabetes. So if you struggle with blood sugar problems, hyperglycemia episodes, or if you even have diabetes, you definitely want to get your zinc levels checked and make sure that's not part of the issue. And then the fifth most common symptom of zinc deficiency is loose bowels. Zinc is very, very important in the gut. Remember, 70% of your immune system resides in your gut. And so having a zinc deficiency can contribute to your bowels not functioning properly or wanting to basically dump more frequently. Remember, the proteins that zinc helps make in your gut that fight the chemicals and the compounds in your food that you eat, well, if you don't have adequate zinc, you're not producing those immune proteins. And so your bowels, they're intelligent. They will create a dumping scenario and you'll have more loose bowels, more diarrhea as a result of zinc deficiency because you can't fight what's in the gut, so the gut dumps it out so that it doesn't break through into your bloodstream, creating a leaky gut scenario. So that's in a nutshell. Those are the signs of zinc deficiency. Not all of them, but some of the more common ones. Again, hopefully this video is helpful for you in knowing whether or not taking zinc is a good move. Now, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell at the bottom so you can get notifications when I put out new videos for you to watch. And make sure you go over to glutenfreesociety.org and sign up for our gluten-free survival kit. It's free to you. It's just some great diet and lifestyle advice on how to go gluten-free. This is Dr. Osborne, founder of Gluten Free Society. Have a fantastic day.